welcome back to my YouTube channel. I never wear red. It's cold and I like this sweatshirt, so you know what? I don't really give a shit. I can be off-brand, it's cool. Hoping I put this video out sooner than the day before the next episode. Kudos to me for posting on Wednesday. Sorry about that, your girl's been busy, but I'm hurt after this episode of Supernatural, so I think it's time to talk about it. So the episode picks up right where we left off from episode 2. Rowena has a spell ready so that they can secure the wall that's holding in the ghosts. Sam, Dean, Cass, and Rowena and Belphegor all go into the crypt, and Rowena tries to do the spell. Turns out she can't do the spell because the ghosts are too strong and the wall is not strong enough to contain them. Belphegor ends up saying that there's something in hell called Lilith's Horn, and it can trap all of the souls that escaped, along with Rowena using a spell to heal the hole to hell. God, and I thought that was a weapon of God. Ketch also gets his heart ripped out by the demon Adet, who was the one who put the hit out for Belphegor through Ketch. I really was not expecting that, but you know what? I'm not that mad. I really wish we got to see more than 2 seconds of Cass singing, by the way. That would have been great to see, and I will honestly never forgive them for cutting that. Sorry, but I really wanted to see Misha singing Enochian. I mean, can you blame me? Also, turns out Belphegor wasn't to be trusted, like I said. Turns out he was trying to be Crowley Jr. and wanted to control hell. Seeing Cass kill Belphegor hurt. The little, like, sigh thing he did that, like, looked like he was about to cry. I'll throw it up on screen. That fucking hurt. Not because it was Belphegor. Don't get me wrong, I liked him while he was around until he betrayed them. But just because he had to destroy his son's vessel, you know? I just feel really bad for Cass. I did like the banter that the two of them had on their little journey into hell, but after that, well, you know. After that, Rowena comes up with a plan that involves her sacrificing herself by sucking up all the souls in her body and then falling into hell. She then asks Sam to kill her, referencing what Billy said back in season 13 about Sam being the one that kills Rowena.
And now you'll take me?
No. You already know how your story ends.
Deep down, I know that Sam will usually always choose to save the majority rather than just one person, except Dean. But a part of me thought he wasn't gonna do it. I just feel really bad for Sam, okay? I'm just gonna let you know, I cried that entire time. That entire scene of Sam and Rowena, I could not hold my shit together. That hurt, okay? I love Rowena. Watching Sam cry, hurt. Watching Cass almost cry, hurt. I think that if that was really Rowena's death, that it was one that she kind of deserved. Not saying she deserved to die, but her not getting brutally murdered was cool. But her choosing on her own to die in that way, I like the parallels between her death and Crowley's death. Like mother, like son. I think that if this is permanent, that it was a good send-off. I just want to mention again, for episode 6 of this season, Rowena is listed on the SPN wiki. Now, does that mean she's gonna be alive? I don't think so. Maybe she could appear as a flashback or another version of Rowena. Andrew Dabb said that alternative universes are still very, very much well and alive in season 15. Regardless, her death was classy, in style, and true to her character. I mean, she literally took a nosedive into hell and looked pretty damn graceful doing so, while bleeding out of her abdomen. Ruth Connell, everybody. Love her. Also, really glad to see Sam and Dean back in the bunker. Really not glad to see Dean being an asshole to Cass. Listen, I get he's angry, but Dean has absolutely no right to take his anger out on Cass. I mean, look at Cass's face after Dean yells at him. That's literally fucking heartbreaking, okay? Cass did the most reasonable thing he could, and that was killing Belphegor. In turn, yes, it did lead to Rowena having to sacrifice herself. But what other choice did Cass have? Dean's been kind of a shitface to Cass for the past few episodes. And yeah, I get he's still upset about Mary and now Rowena too, but it just aggravates me so much to see Dean being written as a douche. Cass was literally just asking how Sam was and Dean just fucking snapped. I told you guys last week I was gonna be pissed off if Rowena died, and you know what? I am. I am pissed. I'm sad. I love Rowena. And I kind of want to punch Dean Winchester in the face. I mean, I can understand why Dean is mad. He feels kind of like a rat in a maze that just found out it was in a maze for its like entire life. I sympathize with Dean in a way because we have seen him react in anger like this before. And we know that usually after a little bit he comes back to his senses and stops being an asshole sooner or later. And considering everything that they've been through these past few episodes, seeing Dean react in that way is understandable. And I think his clouded anger is somewhat justified. But still, I don't think it was okay for him to yell at Cass like that. Someone please hold this man accountable. Look, all I'm gonna say is I'm expecting one long-ass apology from Dean when Cass comes back in episode 6. Because it's not like Dean doesn't care about Cass. I mean, we all know how he was when Cass died in season 12. He was literally the biggest wreck ever. I mean, look at that man's face right there. Can you tell me he doesn't care about Cass? I just think Dean is letting his emotions get to him too much, which leads him to projecting his feelings onto others by being just a stone cold douchebag. We've seen this before though, so I'm not gonna worry too much about it for right now. I'm gonna make a small little prediction and guess that it's gonna be Sam that ends up calling Cass back because Misha said that there was gonna be some tension between the two of them when he does come back. My guess is that Sam probably calls him back when they need all hands on deck for something, probably the whole God situation, but I don't really know yet. You know, after they just went through all of that bullshit, I would have liked to see them all happy in the bunker, at least for a little bit, before the world starts ending again. But nope, Supernatural is out here to hurt us this season, guys. In just one episode, Sam and Dean lost all of their allies. Granted, I don't think Cass is going to be gone for that long, obviously. But for right now, it's just Sam and Dean. Jack is dead, Rowena's dead, Ketch is dead, Mary is dead, and all they really have left is each other. For right now. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad we'll be able to have some screen time with just Sam and Dean, but I didn't want it to come like that, you know? I think while this episode hurt every inch of my body, it was a really good episode. My heart was pounding out of my chest for the entire thing, honestly. I can't even tell you the number of times I cried during this episode. Like I said last week, if Sam Winchester is crying, I'm crying too. So, now, it's time to talk about what happens next. Episode 4, the next episode, is called Atomic Monsters and is directed by none other than our Lord and Savior Jensen Ackles. From the looks of the promo, we're getting a well overdue Monster of the Week episode. The synopsis for this episode says Sam and Dean investigate the mysterious death of a girl and the disappearance of another. In the promo, we get a scene of the bunker with red lights and it just looks like Dean is being thrown. God is going to be in this episode, so I have a feeling that that's probably the reason why the bunker's lights are on like that. I'm hoping next episode we get a little more knowledge on what's going on with Sam and the bullet wound from the Equalizer. I also hope we get a little bit more details as to what the vision he saw was. I think we will. Fingers crossed, I hope that they delve into that next episode because the red lights were on in the bunker, in Sam's vision, and in the promo for the next episode. The titles for the next few episodes are out, so I'm gonna go through them. Episode 5 is called Proverbs 17:3. Fun fact, that's a Bible verse. The Bible verse says, "The crucible for silver and the furnace for gold, but the Lord tests the heart." Episode 6 is called Golden Time. Rowena and Cass are both listed to be in this episode. Episode 7 is called Last Call. Episode 8 is called Our Father Who Aren't in Heaven, which Adam and Eileen are both listed to be in this episode. God is also listed to be in that episode as well. So something I wanted to talk about is an EW interview with Andrew Dabb, where he talks about Adam not being the only one coming out of the cage. Of course, that means Michael. Dabb says, "It felt like the time now, not just because it's our last season, but because we are dealing with God and every other archangel is dead or somewhere. So the one we've got left is Michael." So it made sense to bring both the characters back. I think it's important to say that Adam's coming back and he has his story, but Michael's coming back too and he has a story of his own. Dab continues on and says he's coming back into a world where he went to try to cause an apocalypse to bring his father back. It did not work, and he's about to find out his father came back because of these two idiots in flannel. It's not the world he wanted to walk back into, let's put it that way. I will link the article that I'm reading this off of in the description below, so go check it out if you want to read it. Knowing that God is coming back, and knowing that Michael's coming back, I'm excited to see Michael get pissed off at God. And I really hope we get to see Michael flip out at him or something. I really want a scene with them together. I'm also excited to get some throwbacks to season 5, because if Michael and Adam are both coming back, there of course has to be some references to the apocalypse in season 5, of course. Anyways, enough of my fangirling. That's pretty much all we know for right now. It kind of stinks to know as the viewer that God probably isn't done fucking with Sam and Dean, because right now Sam and Dean think God left, and that's not the case. Possibly they might find out next episode, considering God is going to be in the next episode, and the red lights and all that stuff in the bunker, but I can't say for sure. Regardless, I'm really excited for next week's episode. When they said they were bringing it back to season 1, they really meant it. Sam and Dean literally lost everyone but each other. So it's sad, but I'm really excited to see how this plays out. Season 15 is feeling pretty damn angsty so far, so I can't wait to see what happens next. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check my links in the description, and I will also throw my Instagram and Twitter up on the screen. So if you want to go follow me, go do that. Let me know what you thought about this episode down in the comments below, and let me know what you think's gonna happen next in Supernatural. Until next week, don't get possessed by any demons. Bye!